What's up, guys? We're live. I'm just going to set up the YouTube and then we will start going over the levels. Let's get some of this stuff up here for you guys. John Deere is down. Yeah, we'll get into that. What's up, Jay Young? It's good to see you. I feel like we haven't spoken a little bit. Always good to catch up, man. We're going to break down some of the levels. Let's start off with Q, SPY, IWM. Go from there. Let me just send this to the WAP group so they know that we are live. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Wow, Jay Young with the calls. I'm looking at the WAP right now, looking at what you're writing. Gold is back on watch, huh? Gold is back on watch. Nice. Love it. Also, let me bring up the TikTok too, just to make sure that this looks decent on this live stream. Then we'll get started. Where's my live? We are live. Let's go to live. Just looking for my live. Hold on. Fuck. There we go. All right, cool. So let's go over some of the levels, break it down. And then after we do this, we'll do market hours and we will go over the... Interesting, it says Sunday stock breakdown. It's not that interesting. Let me just edit this real quick. I didn't realize that it would have that image. Let's change this to pre-market levels. There we go. All right, good. We're back. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Appreciate you guys joining the live stream. Is the volume okay for you guys? You guys can hear me fine? Let me check the volume real quick. Make sure everything's solid. How you guys doing today? Perfect. Okay, volume's excellent. Good. All right. So let's get into it. Let's break it down. So let's start off with the Qs. We'll go over Qs, SPY. We'll go over SMH. We'll go over IWM. I know IWM is big to you guys. Bunch of options players over here is what I've learned. So here we go. We have Qs rejecting currently at the $612 per share. Let's watch this level today. Guys, big picture here. We're trading at the top of the channel. Trading at the top of this channel here. If we do get pullbacks, I would assume we're going to get some buying activity around 580. Let's see. We had some stocks that did run up. Some stocks that we bought for the YouTube portfolio. Things are starting to move again, which is beautiful. So let's keep an eye on that. But anyways, guys, looking at here, levels to watch on the short term right now. Qs needs to hold above the $612 range. That's clearly a resistance point. You can see it at multiple touch points here. Watch that in the interim if you are day trading this. Definitely something to pay attention to, okay? Also, when you're trading the Qs, watch your Mag 7 with that as well. You want to make sure the Qs is moving in favor. SPY is above 675. We just got to trade above 675 and we should be okay. Let's see how it holds up at the open. Looking at SMH here. Moving forward to SMH, we had this wedge that turned into resistance. I'm looking at that 350 as a short. Looking at the 350 level here. Watching this level right here. I know the WAP, we got a bunch of call options here. Jae-Young, watch for that 350 pushing down right here. On the SMH, if you were trading semiconductor stocks, make sure that is going to be holding, all right? So now, taking a peek here, I want to go over IWM. Just hitting the levels quick for us, and then when market opens, we can discuss that. IWM basically did have resistance at $242 per share. That was in November of 2024. It's been trading, trying to get above this 242. It is currently holding it right now at the time of this recording. So let's see, will we get support pulling here, hitting a little resistance at 240, 246, got to pull above. Let's see. 242, I think it's still bullish as we go. Let's start breaking down the Mag 7. Let's go over Tesla. Tesla stock here. I think when we look at Tesla stock, I think it's important to note when you look at the long term of this, you had double top rejection of 48. Now I have shares of Tesla down at 200, so I'm not negative anti-Tesla. I'm just going by the chart levels here. 416 was that major level from 2000 and basically earlier in the year. So we need to hold 416. If 416 is unable to hold, I do think we're going to see blows back to 384. But with all the chip talk now, we will see. I mean, I really think the next play is Intel and Tesla. We'll see what Intel and Tesla will do if they're going to partner up. So 416, it's got to hold. You're trading within this range of 465. Look for moves a little bit higher. Microsoft, guys, for me, this is a buying opportunity. I just feel hopefully we get a little more downside on Microsoft. I'm watching Microsoft on this, and what I've been doing is, you know, I have them in the YouTube portfolio, and you build wealth buying the dips of quality companies. That's what I'm doing with Microsoft. Yeah, it's not the low, but trading within these three lines here, looking for this. If we go down to 450, I'm going to load more of the boat up. Double top rejection, 550, 550. A big company like this pulls back. That's very quality. It's pulled back already 15%. For me, that's enough for me to dollar cost average in, build the position, trying to get Microsoft up to over 10K. So for me, I'm going to continue dollar cost averaging into Microsoft at this point. It looks like Microsoft is starting to find its footing at the 464, but I think this is setting up a nice short entry here. We have rejections at 494 and then another rejection 494. I'd be watching that level 494 today. Let's see what Microsoft does there for your stock options on that. Apple stock, then we'll go over Google. Apple, I'm not doing anything. This is like a buy and hold type of stock. I'm not doing anything. It's trading at 276. It's at highs right now, just watching it. Moving over to Google stock. Google is literally at the moon right now. I keep posting them on my Twitter because we are up. We are up over 12K on these guys, and it's one of those situations where I wish I bought more, and that is a good problem to have. There's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you got to realize that, you know, you should have went a little harder. I will post this link in the TikTok for you guys to see. I was posting this right here. That's my X that I was posting there. Let me just put that over here for you guys as well if you want to see it. All right, so now let's go over NVIDIA next as the big guy. NVIDIA stock has been pulling back, but it kind of recovered its losses earlier in the day. I mean, if you saw it yesterday, we pulled all the way back 182, back in the recent 169, and then can it get above? It has to reclaim this level, which it did, 179, and it broke above it, which is nice. You had a clear rejection point there. Is it going to continue right there? So looking at it here, I would be looking for, easy way to follow stop losses here, 178, 179. Let's see, do we hold this level here at 178 and then push higher? Or feel it out, see how the market does. If we start and we don't hold this, I'd be looking for pullbacks and then failures at that 179. We'll discuss that further in the WAP during the market bell hours when that goes off. No problem with that. What am I missing? Any Mag 7 here? We did Microsoft, Google, Apple, Tesla. We just did. I want to hit some of the other big guys that we think. Guys, I want you to pay attention. I've been calling this out in the WAP yesterday. Chipotle starting to move. We've been calling this out. You guys know Chipotle has sold off from $41, and now it is finally starting to break out with their new news that Chipotle has, you know, some strategic partner that they have invested. Long story short, what you need to know is they broke through this $32 per share. Now that $32 per share has been broken, I mean, you can see it. There's been multiple rejection points. And now that it's broken out, the next level of resistance is going to be $34.35. So I'm going to continue to watch this. If we get a pullback, looking to enter on the long around $32, looking for these pullbacks here. Chipotle, I believe, has a lot of upside. We will see. I definitely think we can see a move to at least 35. Even a move like that today, let's see what it does at the open. It's not out of the woods yet. You still need another 5-6%. We'll see. It's going to need another catalyst most likely. Meta stock. Guys, you guys know I've been buying shares of these guys. Meta stock is another stock that is trading on the 5-year trend chart. If you look, I mean, it's pretty clear as day. We are hitting support around these long-term support levels. They do not stay there long. You guys know I've been dollar cost averaging in. We got some Meta shares down here around less than 600. So for me, that's been a good purchase so far. It's not out of the weeds yet, but just looking at it, it is definitely shaping up to be a nice play that I am looking for a move back up to $700 on this. So when I look at Meta, I definitely believe there's a lot of opportunity here, and I think it's something that you should look into. If you're looking at resistance, $643 is your level. Right here, you can see we have, I'm using the drawing tool in my bed. Let me switch this over to the horizontal line. So right here, let's just make it a flat 650 is going to be your resistance on Meta stock. I definitely would be paying attention to that. Let's go over John Deere real quick. DE. Jay Young has pointed out that they had their earnings stock. Jay Young, did you find out any information about their earnings? 512 down to 470. Looks like it's starting to pull back a little bit here. And that's it. I mean, on the 5-year chart, if you look at John Deere, all they've done is go up. So a little healthy pullback ain't terrible. 530 down over here. We'll continue to watch. Let's see if we get pullbacks to 415. I just want to look at a little Bitcoin for everybody. A little Bitcoin. We've been buying these dips, not on Bitcoin, but on their counterparts, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. If you look at them right here, Bitcoin, 87,000, trying to hold. I'm waiting for 75,000 on Bitcoin. XRP, jumping over to these guys. XRP here, $2.16. Gotta hold this $1.90 to $2. Otherwise, this is going to continue to fail. Solana hitting support down around 110, just waiting for that. It went as low as 121. And then Ethereum is less than 3,000. Anything under 3,000, I'm buying. So I keep buying shares of Ethereum right now, which is nice as well. We'll continue to dollar cost average in that level. Now, let me just see if you have any comments. Yeah, I like that. Jay Young, the post that you put about John Deere. Interesting. Let's see. So now, next stock we're looking at, I really think you got to look at Home Depot. Home Depot showing an opportunity here. I mean, I just wanted to take this off for a second so you can see. I mean, hopefully you can see what I'm seeing, but look at the trend line that Home Depot has. It's just continuously bouncing off of these support levels. And this is something that I would be taking serious. Looking at this, Home Depot, $350 per share. Even a move back to its highs of 430. is a 30% move. So you do have good ROI potential on this with an easy way to follow stop loss with the trend line. Something I would consider here. APLD is starting to pull back. Look at that massive red candle from $40 all the way down to $22. Now trading at $24 per share. Let's see what APLD decides to do here. I'm going to give it some time and see if it starts to sell off. Let's go over two stocks that I think are worth mentioning, which is BBAI stock. It is holding just barely. I mean, it almost broke through, but it is holding these support levels here around $6 per share. I think easy way to follow stop loss is following BBAI's $6 per share mark. That would be the way to do it. If you break $6, you cut the loss. And then OpenStock. Checking out OpenStock, Open Door Technologies. These guys are trading within a range right now of $5 up to $8 per share. Same for this. I'd be trying to hold $7 in OpenStock. If it can't hold that, then I kind of understand if you're going to let it go. Let's see. Jay Young, let's you want to switch over to Discord? Let me see here. Yeah, if you guys want stocks review, just let me know. Going on the Discord, Jay Young, if you want to do the voice chat. Just let me know when you're in it. Oh, Beyond Meat. Yeah, this thing is torched. I mean, this thing got pumped again, went down to 50 cents, pumped to $8 in October. And then now has sold all the way off, down to 86 cents. I don't know if there's any company news on this, but it's not looking too good for these guys. At least they've been trading 86 cents. I'm assuming there's like a share dilution or something going on with these guys. I'll check the news real quick. Yeah, it shows the directors selling shares of Beyond Meat. They owe $39 million for violating plant-based trademark. It's not looking too good for them. So yeah, stocks to watch here. Watch Chipotle. See what it does here. See what it does at the open in 20 minutes. See if you just pull back. I mean, it had a nice 7% move. So it's probably going to have some profit taking coming in at this bell. I would imagine it's not going to continue being bullish. Hopefully I'm wrong. We got shares of them. I would love to see them continue to go higher. But it already moved up 7%. So it's a pretty big move. But you also got to remember, keep things in perspective. This thing has sold off pretty drastically from $40 would be your next resistance point. I would say $39 would be your resistance point. If you can get above, let's say $34 per share, you definitely do have a potential move back to $39. Definitely something to keep in mind with Chipotle stock. Oh, AVGO is another stock I want to add to the YouTube portfolio, but I just can't right now. It is too expensive for my liking, and it's trading at $385. I need this to pull back to the low 300s for me to even be interested in a stock like this. But that's really where we're at with AVGO. Duolingo is a stock that it seems like a lot of YouTubers are pumping, and to me, it's an interesting stock. But I'd have to use the app because I don't really know how committed are people to learning a new language, etc., and how much this sticks. But it would be interesting to see if that is something that could potentially get a bounce here. Duolingo has sold off from 544 down to 175. Let me see if you're in a voice chat. See who's on this thing. There we go. Yeah, guys, so let me know if there's any stocks you want to review, just list them in the YouTube or the TikTok, and we'll start going over them. So there's that. Just waiting for you guys to comment. I've never even heard of this, to be honest. What stock is this? NUKK. This is Nucleus Inc. I've never heard of this. Yeah, let me know what this is. We'll give it a shout out just for you. Then we'll go over LDI next. Tater tots. We got let's see here. So this stock, I don't know anything about it, but we'll go over the levels for you. Year to date, $3 per share seems to be this low here that was there around, what month is this? 405 it went to in November. Pulling up. Looks like you're going to have some resistance potentially here, just looking at the overall grand scheme of things with this chart. Around $11 per share. Interesting. Not bad. So looking over at NUC, this thing has a wall basically at $7 per share, which you can see. If you're looking at it right here in the past, trading at about October 22nd, $7 really does seem to be the line in the sand right now. 7 to 750 all the way from just October. So just be cautious if you're holding shares. Just be aware if you have shares, this moves up to $7. That might be where you start to see a little bit of pullback action potentially happening. And nothing wrong with that. It just looks like it could potentially start to go from there. So definitely would keep an eye on that. Let me just check the YouTube here. No problem, Tater. LDI, I'm not sure what this is either. You are welcome, Tater. LDI, this is Lowe and Depot here. What is this company? I don't even know what this is. Lowe and Depot. Oh, Loan Depot strengthens market position, new agreements. I don't know who this is, but whatever. Let's just do the stock levels. You can type on the TikTok what this company actually does. This company has been destroyed, obviously. I mean, look at this, $38. Is this like an IPO or something? $38. And now it's sold all the way off to $3 per share. If you're looking at this, we got to get above this $3 per share, even to start even making new highs or something here. So I'd be watching this $3.15. If it breaks, yeah, you can start trading that level off of that. If not, looking for shorts below it to push further down on LDI. Switch this over. We're going to switch over the YouTube channel to members only. 10 minutes for this one. Yeah, BBI is an interesting stock. I feel like BBI is just got to get above this $6. We can start making a move back up to $6.85. But we'll just have to see how it plays out at the open. That would be interesting to see going with this. Yeah, Oracle stock is another stock that is very interesting to me. It is trading at bouncing at $200 per share. If you just look within the last 5 days, I feel like this was kind of like the last selling purge of it. 185, and it bounced very strongly all the way up to $200 per share. Now it's above 200, it's starting to move up now. You got to remember, we got earnings in 12 days. And if you just look at the last recent sell-off, this is from September 15th. It sold all the way off, even down to 185. That was almost a 50% pullback, 47% pullback. So to me, I'm like, this looks very, very interesting Oracle stock to me. Looking at that massive pullback on Oracle, you know, its success is really tied to OpenAI now, it seems. So it's definitely something that you have to be aware of. So that's something that I definitely would be watching. Yeah, I want to see if Oracle's going to retest this $200 at the open. Right now that it's up, I think that is a safer play to make, knowing it reclaimed it and it's going for that move now. So we'll see what it does here at the open. All right. What stocks you guys trading? What are you holding? What are you bag holding? I want to know. I want to know the goods. Yeah, stock market's closed tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Yeah, it is cool to see the dips that I was buying on Microsoft. It's crazy. The market has been so green lately that the whole entire... Oh, let me move this over. I just realized here. Let's move that over. Total stock market gains. My BABA position is up very good. It's up 70%. FSPGX up over 20K. Google's up over 12,000. These are long-term holds, so it's good dip buying opportunities. Microsoft, I'm up 1,100. Meta, only $186, but we don't have enough money invested in them yet. We only have 3K invested. We're trying to invest in more. Tesla, 4,500. UNH, 1,100. Nike and Starbucks are trailing in my thing. Right now, I'm pretty much just collecting dividends for them. Because right now, they're not up to par. And I will say, if you look at, I've been buying this ETF, FTech. This is Oracle that we're looking at. Let's go over AMD. Is AMD? There we go. Didn't somebody say just to buy this stock? I'm looking at AMD. This is AMD stock, guys. Wow, AMD really sold off. I didn't realize how much this is AMD. I didn't realize AMD went to 267. Yeah, I haven't traded AMD in a while. AMD has really sold off. It got pumped. I mean, that was a ridiculous pump anyway, from 161 up to 267, and now it's been pumped down. I would like to see it come down to 185. I look at 185 level here. We had double top rejection from 185, and then this huge gap fill from 170 all the way up to 205. It just blasted up, all basically in the pre-market when I had that news. It looks like it's making lower highs. 194 really is your support here, and we'll have to see, will AMD hold these levels right here? If it doesn't hold 195, I'd be looking for the next support level around 185 to 186 for AMD stock. That's what I'd be looking for with that. We'll see what it does at the open though. All right, guys, on the TikTok, I appreciate you. I'll post the the stream on YouTube, just so you guys have it. If you want to join over on there, I'm going to end the TikTok live stream. Now we're going to go on YouTube for the rest of the live.